Hi, my name is Daniel and I'm a technical product manager here at Fund.Flip. Today I want to give a walkthrough of our new rollover feature. This rollover feature was built to allow U.S. investors the ability to keep your funds on the platform. Instead of having to reroute funds back to investors when an investment matures, we're going to give investors like you the ability to roll over that investment into a brand new investment. So who's really eligible here? So this really applies to anyone that is invested in one of our residential bridge note funds or our pre-funding note funds, referred to as RBNF and PFNF on our platform. And where does this all start? So this starts right on the investments tab of the dashboard. And we're going to see a few new things here. So on the active tab, where you see your active investments, you're going to see a rollover button appear next to eligible investments. So these are investments that are close to maturity and that you will be given the option to initiate a rollover for. We also have a new rollover tab, which filters for these specific investments, putting them all in one place and easy to find. So let's take a look at one of these investments here. So this $15,000 investment is invested in one of our PFNF notes, and it's going to be maturing on January 31st. It's for $15,000, and you see a few dates here. So one is this cutoff date. So this cutoff date is the date that you'll need to make a decision on whether or not you want to roll over this investment. And if you do not make a decision or just, decide not to, or you haven't looked, then you'll just receive those funds repaid back to you, just normal with all of your other investments on the platform. Then we have a rollover date, which is the day after the maturity of this initial investment. And this is going to be treated as the new accrual date for this new investment. So now let's just walk through the actual rollover process. We've got our investment and we want to initiate the rollover. You'll see this rollover setup screen. So at the top here, you'll see your current investment, and then we'll see options below. So there's a few different ways that you can go about this rollover. One is kind of simple and straightforward, which is selecting one, rollovering the entire amount, and then confirming. Or, after kind of considering the options here, you can decide to partially roll over this investment. So after looking through the terms and the rates for these offerings, as well as the maturities, let's say that you only want to roll over $10,000 of this $15,000 investment. Select one of these. Now adjust this amount. So what happens to the $5,000? Well, that $5,000 will get redeemed to investors. So that means it will get paid back right in our normal payout procedure after the initial investment matures. So now that this selection has been made, the investment will kind of be scheduled for that rollover date. So let's say that you come back in a few days and you want to make a change. So that's you'll come over to this rollover tab, or on the active tab, you'll be able to do it as well. And you'll see this investment here that's related to a rollover. And what you can do is you can cancel it. And this is where it's important, this cutoff date, where you can cancel this selection. And potentially you want to go through the same process with that investment, or potentially you just want to return that money back, and you press yes. And now this rollover investment will be canceled. So as I mentioned before, if no selection is made, that money will just be returned back to you into your account when your investment matures. So that's a little walkthrough of the rollover feature, and please feel free to reach out to our investor relations team with any questions as you go through this process. Thanks for watching.